Halloween is a great time to get your spooky best on and have some fun with harmless shenanigans, such as sitting on the front porch dressed as a scarecrow and jumping at unsuspecting trick-or-treaters when they approach, or toilet papering and egging houses. But there are times when the pranks go far too far. Here are 10 stories of Halloween mischief that went horribly wrong. Number 10. It was Halloween night in 1964, and all the trick-or-treaters were scampering about in their eerie, frightening costumes. When young Elsie Drucker and her sister and friend knocked on the door of Helen Field's Greenlawn, New York home, they were met by the woman with typical Halloween banter. She teased them by saying, "Aren't you a little old to be trick-or-treating?" The woman then proceeded to fill their goodie bags with poisonous ant trap pellets, mixed in with real candy. When they got back home and looked over their candy, they noticed the pellets and asked their parents about them. The parents immediately phoned police, who tracked down Field that night and arrested her. During an investigation, police discovered 19 other instances where the poison had been given to children by the woman. No one, fortunately, had eaten any of it. Field's husband said it was only a joke and that his wife had passed out the pellets only to teens she considered too old for trick-or-treating. Strangely enough, it was learned that her own sons, age 15 and 16, were out that night trick-or-treating as well. Helen Field pleaded guilty in the middle of her trial and received a suspended sentence. In 1967, cases of razor blades, needles, and other sharp objects put into apples surfaced, thus creating more fear and concern for young trick-or-treaters that still stands today. Number 9. When youngsters walked up to a young man's house on Halloween of 2015 in the United Kingdom, he put on a balaclava, or robber's mask, and charged at them while igniting a stun gun. He then posted a video of it on Snapchat. Faisal Hussein, 26, was arrested and told the judge it was merely a prank. The judge was not amused and sentenced the man to 12 months of community work. Number 8. Here's some advice. If you have a paintball gun, don't go shooting it into a crowd of unsuspecting people, because you never know what might happen. On Halloween night in 2013, on the south side of Chicago, 2 young men toting paintball guns fired into a group of people, but one in the crowd shot back with a real gun. Jason Wells was charged with possessing and discharging a gun. One of the 2 firing into the crowd received a gunshot wound and was treated at an area hospital. Number 7. Sorry, this one's not a Halloween prank gone bad. It's a Halloween prank gone stupid. In 2015, Kerry Sharp, husband of Lahoma, Oklahoma Mayor Teresa Sharp, thought it would be really cool to dress up in a white sheet with eye holes in it, like a ghost. Trouble is, he wasn't wearing a ghost costume. He was wearing it as a Ku Klux Klan costume. And there were some of his friends there too. The mayor herself was probably the one who was most horrified by her husband's behavior, and she quickly issued an apology to the community. Number 6. In 2015, 2 pranksters dressed up as eerie ghosts and decided to attack a car driving along a road in Bhopal, India. The plan was that one of them would jump in front of the car and scare the driver, while the other would come up behind the car to close in with extra scariness. But the driver of the car had other plans. He stopped when he seen the ghost in front of him and put the car in reverse. Then he spotted the ghost behind him. Well, that was enough. He then put the car back in drive and plowed into the ghost in front of him. The man in the ghost costume suffered serious leg injuries. Number 5. On Halloween of 2010, a dad thought he would give his kids the fright of their lives. He donned a Michael Myers killer mask and strangled their mother. Of course, Mom was in on the prank, but the kids, age 6 and 9, didn't like it at all. They ran to their neighbor's house and had him call the sheriff, which he did. Old Dad had a lot of explaining to do. And the kids? Well, now they're scarred for life. Nice going, Mom and Dad. Seriously, you should know better than that. Number 4. Have you ever egged a house? Hey, me too. Harmless stuff, right? But back in 2006, a 15-year-old boy who thought it would be funny to egg an electric company substation in Pennsylvania during a downpour discovered an interesting lesson in life. The combination of egg splatter and rain caused a massive explosion at the substation, knocking out the power to 8,000 homes in the area. Fortunately, the boy managed to escape the blast with only a ringing in his ears. Number 3. One Halloween in England, Peter Wallace, traveling on a train full of costume-clad soccer fans, thought it would be really funny to flick his lighter at a man dressed as a sheep. Although his intentions were only to scare the man in the sheep outfit, his lighter lit fully, and the man's costume quickly burst into flames. Friends actually made the matter worse by dousing the poor man with the alcoholic drinks they were carrying. Fortunately, Wallace had recently inherited a large sum of money, and that's good, because he had to pay fully for the burned man's medical bills. Number 2. We've all seen the homes that would have their yards spiced up with spooky Halloween decorations. But one Florida family might have gone a little too far with their scary stuff, which included a sign pointing to their neighbor's yard stating, "Insane Asylum." The yard also had a tombstone making fun of the neighbor. It read, "At 48, she had no mate, no date. It's no debate. She looks 88. But the woman being made fun of got the last laugh, suing the pants off her rude neighbors. "Yeah, you go get him, girl." Are you still single? And finally, number 1. Jordan Moreland was a fun-loving guy, and he would love to play pranks, especially on his little sister. The 16-year-old Kentucky boy was setting up Halloween decorations in his yard in 2013 and tried again to prank his sister by putting a noose over his head and acting like he was dead. But, sadly, what started out as a prank did go horribly, horribly wrong, as Jordan actually did hang himself. He had planned to join the Marines and was described by his friends as very hardworking. That's all for today. Please remember, keep Halloween a fun time for everyone and always play it safe. Don't forget to like us and be sure to subscribe for more stories like this.